We're going to start off this channel with a couple of the foundations of Jeremy here. And my previous video kind of explained some of my interests. Well, a lot of those interests are stemmed from the foundation of what kind of makes me me. And today we're going to start with the pure sex appeal, and that would be the fanny pack. I used to carry a kind of one of those typical high school boy pull string bags, and in there I would always carry my inhaler and chapstick and other random things. And in high school it wasn't really an odd thing. Everybody carried backpacks and everything, but I carried mine everywhere I went. And I always had things that made my life a little easier, or things that I needed. Just going from sports to, different practices to theater and all that stuff. Well, over the years, it has kind of transitioned from that to hip pouches, and then fanny packs, and full-on backpacks, and sling bags, and all kinds of stuff. Well, here we are about 15 years later, and this is the latest iteration, and has been for probably 2 years or so. This is just a kind of standard REI ripstop nylon fanny pack. I do have a couple of, or one other fanny pack that's a little lighter weight material than this, but I can cover that when I go over some of my backpacks. So this is my fanny pack. The important part about this is it doesn't ever change configuration. This stays the same whether I am just going to this grocery store or flying. So this is entirely TSA compliant. Anything that would not be considered TSA compliant is on body. So this stays just the way it is no matter what I do. So I don't have to think about it. I don't have to empty it out and restock it every time. It stays like this. And I think that is one of the bigger reasons why I never really fret about carrying this as is anywhere I go. So to start, it does have 3 pockets, but we're going to go to this little quick access pocket here. It's a lot of the stuff I would use the most. So got me a emergency whistle, mostly for hiking, but you never know when you got to make noise. I have 1 bandage. I should have another one in here. Yep. 2 bandages, just normal bandages, nothing special. A lighter with some blue duct tape around it. Both repairs and fire starting. If you've never seen somebody use duct tape for fire starting, a lot of survival experts will show that on YouTube, but very flammable, and it holds a flame pretty well. Standard eye drops. Again, I have allergies, so this is one of my favorite things. This is a contacts container. However, I used to wear contacts, but I stopped after I got LASIK. And so I started using this container for like lip balm and a itch cream. So in this one is just Aquaphor. And this is a cortisone style cream for bug bites and stuff, since my wife and I do a lot of outdoor activities. So love that idea. That way I don't have to carry a full tube of either of those things. And this is some extra medication. I take medicine every day, and I just wrapped some in a little foil piece just to keep it safe. So that's backup medication. And that's everything in that pouch. Maybe I can go into the back pouch. So the back pouch, it either, on hikes, I slip my phone in here, but on a daily basis, I typically just carry a utensil set. I've tried ultra lightweight utensil sets. I've tried sporks where it's a spoon fork in one, but also a spoon on one side, a fork on the other. I've tried plastic, I've tried titanium, I've tried just all kinds of things. And this is very heavy, but this is one of the better configurative spoons and stuff that I could find. This is actually German military surplus, and it all sticks together. It doesn't rattle. Very heavy duty. Good size, but pretty weighty, but it slips into this back pocket really well. So it's just got spoon, fork, a little butter knife. It does have a bottle opener and an old style can opener. All work. I've tested it pretty well. And this just kind of all snaps together. Each thing has its own way of clicking in. This one kind of slips in. A little notch, so that way it doesn't really move around much. And then the spoon and fork snap together. Got a little dimple here, and then it kind of just slips into the hole there, and then slips on here, and then it kind of just snaps together with those little raises, bumps. Very nice. Very heavy duty, inexpensive, stainless steel. The only issue I've had with this so far is I actually had to sand down the edges of this because they were pretty sharp, and I actually cut my mouth on the fork. I didn't know how that was possible, but I managed to do it. All right, so I'm gonna move this stuff all out of the way here. Now we're gonna get into the main pocket. Opens nice and big. I've got smaller pouch for some of the more smaller, looser items. Recent, obviously, Purell. Everybody's got Purell these days. Got a comb. I do have a beard most of the time. I used to have long hair, and so I carry a comb. This is mostly for my beard now, but this is the Chicago comb. This is actually carbon fiber, so it's very lightweight. I mean, you don't even know that you have this in your bag. It's so lightweight, but it's actually pretty stout, pretty thick, feels good. This is just a fake leather slip from another comb, a full-size comb. I just cut it in half, taped the end, so it fits this one nicely. So got a comb with me all the time, and it practically weighs nothing. Love this. Hanky, napkin, just a piece of cotton cloth. Nothing fancy. Notebook. Everybody knows what a notebook is for. Write notes. Nothing. I've had this one for a long time. Stays in here. Used to carry it in my pocket, which is why it's got a little bit of a weird shape. But yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of paper. Dog poop bags. I think those are self-explanatory. I do have a dog, and she does poop. I carry at least 6 foot of paracord. This is just 550 paracord with a loop in the end. I do, random knots and stuff. This is nice to come in handy. I've had my dog leash break on me, and so this came in handy then, and I was able to actually continue walking my dog with this instead of her leash. She managed to chew through her leash, so I had this as backup, so that came in handy. On this side, I've just got one of these little key dongles, and then on that key, I've got a Night Eyes little travel pen for the notebook. You can make this into a full-size pen, something like that, but I typically don't because it takes a lot of work. So when I jot stuff down, I just typically pull it out the end like that. This would be a thermometer and compass. I like to have a compass and thermometer on me because sometimes the weather apps are for the general location and not your exact location. So if you're hiking or something and you're at a different elevation, or you're in the shade or whatever it may be, it's nice to kind of be able to gauge if you're feeling cold and you're in the shade, but it says it's 80 degrees. What's the temperature difference to being in the shade versus being the average temperature in the area? I think that's just cool information to have. It does have some additional information on the back, but I typically just use it for the compass and thermometer. Then I do have a flashlight. I carry a flashlight with me every day. This is the Tip 2 from Nightcore. This is an amazing flashlight. I've had this for a long time. This acts as both my EDC flashlight, but also my backpacking and hiking headlamp because it clips here. It's a micro USB rechargeable, and it has the full magnetic back, so I use this for a lot. I use this for everything. All metal, except for the clip is plastic, but it's all metal, very slick, lasts forever. It's got tons of modes, but very, very good flashlight. And I like that it's flat, because if you do decide to put this in your pocket, it's not super intrusive, doesn't stick out a ton. So that's that. So now we can kind of break down into the smaller stuff. So I'm gonna set that aside. So this is actually just an old backpacking pot bag that I have. Totes, just made for a really good little pouch for all the smaller kind of random bits and bobs. There's really no order in this. I do have asthma, so I carry an inhaler with me all the time. This is a USB style stick, but what it actually is it's an SD card reader, so full sized and the small SDs, micro SDs. I can plug it into my computer, but what I really bought this for is for this USB-C. So I can put my dashboard or my dash cam SD card in here and save dash cam footage directly to my phone, or view it easier, or whatever it may be, in the event that I needed access to that. So I keep this with me just in case I need to transfer files from my dash cams. I have a rear and a front facing dash cam on my car. So it's nice to have that just in case. Just cologne. It's one of those kind of refillable cologne bottles. You just stick the little nozzle underneath the cap on your cologne. You kind of push down and it refills this. Yeah, nice to have. Nice to smell good if you need to. It's lightweight, so it doesn't take up much. And I love coffee, so I actually carry some instant coffee with me all the time. I get laughed at because I always call it my emergency coffee. But this instant coffee is the Black Rifle Coffee Company instant coffee, and it is by far the best instant coffee I've had. Most instant coffees, it's tough to drink just black. It's kind of sour, and it just tastes cheap. I'll drink it if I have to, but I like having some coffee with me that's really tasty, really good. And the Black Rifle instant coffee is delicious. I love this stuff. I buy that in as big boxes as I can. Just a travel toothbrush. You never know. My wife recently got braces, and so it's nice to have a backup toothbrush in case she has to brush her teeth. But this one's brand new. This is completely unused. But if I have to brush my teeth too, then I could brush my teeth. Typically in my normal travel bag, I'll have some toothpaste tablets, but you can brush your teeth dry. It still works. No spray. I have allergies, seasonal allergies. Sometimes it gets bad, so nice to having some decongestant on me at all times. Earplugs. This one's more for car camping or, you know, when we're hiking or backpacking. It's nice to have earplugs, but I do go to the shooting range, and so having a backup pair of these on hand at any time is nice. I am forgetful, so forgetting my ear protection when going to the range is not unlike me. So this was actually a new addition in the past year or so. This is just a hot glue gun stick, and I used to carry crazy glue, so super glue with me all the time, but I kind of transitioned to this because it just keeps better. You just take your lighter, you melt the end, and you dab it on, and you can repair all kinds of stuff. Fabrics, plastics, everything. I've used this for a number of things, both everyday life and camping. So yeah, that's pretty cool little trick that I found. I think I saw that on YouTube somewhere as well, but I love the combination of being able to have the ability to repair and fix things on the go. I've got a little bit of a hygiene thing. So I've got some Uncle Bill's tweezers, sliver grippers. These tweezers are awesome. I do carry a Swiss Army knife classic, SD classic, but those tweezers are a little flimsy. These are very, very nice. You can get very, very good splinters out with these. So I have those, and then I have the Victorinox nail clippers. These are fine. I mean, the nail clippers work really well, good quality. The nail file is amazing. The issue I have is just kind of this floppiness. When you try and use these things, it's awkward because it feels like you should be able to have really nice, good grip, but this thing is like either constantly stabbing you in the palm, or it kind of manages way to flip up and kind of prevent you from being able to actually clip your nail. It's a very awkward scenario. So I wish there was a better configuration for that, but the clippers work really well, and the nail file is awesome and very slim, very lightweight. and I like to keep my nails clean. So, and the last thing is this little nano light from Streamlight. I've had this for probably 10 years. This thing is an awesome backup light. It's the size of a multivitamin. I mean, this thing is crazy good. It takes up no space at all, and I like redundancy in a lot of ways. So that stays in there. And the last thing I've got going on in here is just a USB drive. In the digital age, I always have to have some way to transfer digital information. So I carry this 32 gigabyte, very compact USB drive, all metal, no moving parts, all solid state, everything. So it works really well for digital files, photos, whatever it may be that I need to transfer. And that's pretty much it. I will be going over my kind of pocket everyday carry as well, because it accompanies all of this stuff. But I carry this as I have all the creature comforts I could need while traveling, while just going every day. If I get stuck somewhere for extra long time, I basically have everything I would need to have some creature comforts without being at home. And like I said, this is all just secondary and accompanying to my pocket everyday carry type things. But yeah, so look out for those. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments or anything like that. This has been probably 15, maybe 18 years in the making in terms of what I carry. So yeah, let me know if there's any questions. See you next time.